Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Book to Not Bothered. Listen, y'all, I do not have a book review this week. We're doing something a little different. Up until yesterday, was reading The Wedding by Ali Kandi. I really tried to finish it. There was just so many characters. I felt like I needed a spreadsheet or a family tree in order to keep up with things. Every time I thought I had someone figured out, another character popped up like, hey, I'm important too. It just started to feel like a group project. I just couldn't. So I finally tapped out. But I am currently reading His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I will be reporting next week on that. So instead of the book review this week, I am instead going to read something I wrote. It's not a masterpiece or anything. It's not even great. It's a short story, and I figure why not share it and consider it a little detour from our usual vibe. The title is A Table for Two by yours truly. It's happening. It's actually happening. I'm still shaking a little after hanging up the phone. Chris just called. No FaceTime, no text, just a call. His voice was calm, maybe too calm, but there was something in it, that edge he gets when he's holding back a secret. He told me to meet him at Cornerstone, that upscale spot downtown I've passed a dozen times, but never stepped foot in. The kind of place with velvet chairs, dim lights, and a wait list you need favors to get past. I dry my hands on a dish towel, heart pounding, trying to finish the last of the dishes without breaking anything. My mind is all over the place. What do I wear? Do I go classy, casual, chic, hair up or down? I ache open my closet, already knowing I won't be satisfied with anything I pick. Chris and I have talked about getting engaged for months. 6 to be exact. He travels a lot for work, always in and out of cities, hotel rooms and meetings. We catch whatever time we can, and when we do, the subject always hovers. Rings and timing, the future, but nothing concrete, nothing definite. He's flying back into town this evening. No miss you text, no let's hang later. Just that one call and the name of that restaurant. My stomach flips. Could this be it? Everything in me is buzzing. The timing, the tone in his voice, the choice of place, it all adds up. And yet I don't want to assume. I don't want to walk in there heart wide open only to find out it's just dinner, just the catch up. Still, something tells me tonight isn't just anything. My phone chimes, snapping me out of my thoughts. It's Lexi, my coworker at the nonprofit. The donor came through. I grinned, thumbs already flying over the screen. Working at the nonprofit isn't always easy, but when we win like this, it makes the stress worth it. Lexi and I have been grinding on this one for weeks, hoping it would land. I sent her back a flurry of emojis and a quick, "That's amazing. Let's talk tomorrow. I want to hear everything." My fingers hover for a second. I almost tell her about Chris, about the call, about the reservation at Cornerstone, and the way my gut is screaming this night is different, but I don't. Something about it feels fragile, like if I say it out loud too soon, I might jinx it, or worse, make it real in the wrong way. So I keep it to myself for now. I head upstairs, I try on one dress, then another. Is this too formal? Is this too casual? I'm overthinking everything, but I can't help it. I want tonight to be perfect. And beneath all of the excitement, there's this quiet pressure building in my chest. Hope wrapped into nerves. This could be the night, or it could just be dinner. Chris and we met 6 years ago at my sister's birthday party. One of those packed house gatherings where you only know a few people and end up clinging to the snack table for survival. I wasn't in the mood to socialize, but I went anyway because she insisted, said it was low-key. Chris was part of her friend group from work, not someone she ever mentioned to me before, just one of those names that floats around in stories you half listen to while scrolling through your phone. He wasn't loud or the center of attention. I noticed him because he laughed at a joke that I made under my breath, one of those dry, borderline rude observations you only make when you're pretty sure no one's listening. But he heard it, and he laughed. We ended up talking by the kitchen for the most of the night. Just standing there, leaning against opposite counters, trading stories about weird coworkers and childhood injuries and whatever else people talk about when they're pretending not to feel the pull of something new. I didn't know I liked him until I got in the car later and couldn't stop replaying pieces of the conversation. My sister didn't introduce us with any kind of matchmaking intention. If anything, she was surprised when I asked about him the next day. And now here we are, 6 years later. He's been in and out of cities, time zones, my texts, my life. But he's always come back, steady and present. Our relationship has never been a whirlwind. It's been something slower, something earned. And tonight, he calls me out of nowhere and says, "Meet me at Cornerstone." And I just know something is about to shift. Hours pass, but time feels warped, stretched thin, then snapping forward all at once. By the time I'm ready to go, the sun's already down and the city's starting to hum. I've changed outfits twice, maybe 3 times. Landed on something simple but sharp, black dress pants, crop top jacket, ankle boots I can actually walk in. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard, but I also don't want to look like I'm not trying. I grab my bag, phone, keys, pause at the door. This is it. One of those strange in-between moments where you can feel something shifting but it hasn't happened yet. Like the inhale before a first kiss or that quiet second right before someone says your name. I lock the door behind me, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Outside, the air is crisp, not cold, just enough to keep you alert. The kind of night that feels like anything could happen. I text Chris, "Leaving now, see you soon." He doesn't respond. I slide into the back of an Uber, give the driver the address, and we pull away from the curb. The city outside the window blurs past, familiar but distant, like I'm watching it all happen to someone else. Cornerstone's only 15 minutes away. My stomach tightens with every block. I don't know exactly what tonight is, but I know it's not just dinner. The driver makes a right, and I feel that shift in my chest. We're close, probably 5 minutes out. My phone starts ringing. It's Bryn. Weird. She never calls unless something's wrong or she's locked out or needs to borrow something or wants to loop me into one of her casual but kind of serious life decisions. I answer right away. "Hello?" Nothing. Total silence. Not even background noise. No movement, no accidental shuffle, no kid yelling in the distance. "Bryn!" Still nothing. For a second, a chill creeps up my spine, but then it clicks. It's probably Evie, my niece. She's 4, obsessed with phones, and constantly FaceTime random people from Bryn's contact list. She must have tapped my name and hit call. I glance at the screen, still connected, still no sound. I say her name. "Evie, are you playing with mommy's phone?" Silent. Then the line goes dead. I let out a breath and a little chuckle. That kid. The driver glances at me in the rearview mirror like he heard me make a sound. "Everything okay back there?" he asks. "Yeah," I say, pocketing my phone. "Just a little human chaos." I look out the window. Cornerstone is just up ahead. Warm lights glowing inside, people walking in with purpose, like they know what kind of night they're in for. I still don't know what I'm in for, but I'm about to find out. The driver hums along to some faint song on the radio, completely unfazed, like this is just another Tuesday night for him. I wonder what Chris is doing right now. Is he sitting at the table, waiting by the bar, checking his watch? I think back to his voice on the phone. Calm, simple. "Meet me at Cornerstone." No fuss, no added details, just a location and a time. Like it was obvious I'd say yes. Of course I said yes. I watched the blocks tick by. We passed a bakery I used to go to with my sister, a bookstore Chris and I wandered into one rainy afternoon. The city holds all these tiny echoes of us, moments tucked into corners, invisible to everyone else. I can feel it now, the shift, the gravity of the night. My stomach flutters, not in a bad way, just in that I'm about to step into something I can't undo kind of way. I glance down at my hands. They're steady. That surprises me. Then I look up and I see it just ahead. Cornerstone. Warm lights, clean lines, that familiar black awning, elegant and understated, like it knows the weight it holds. We're nearly there. Almost. The car slows. I lean slightly toward the window as we pull up to the curb. And there it is. Cornerstone. A valet steps forward as we roll to a stop. My driver shifts in the park. "We're here," he says, almost too casually. I nod, suddenly aware of how loud my heartbeat is. I reach for my bag, double check that I have my phone, and take one more glance at myself in the reflection of the backseat window. Lips still intact, eyes steady. This is as ready as I'll ever be. I thank the driver, step out onto the sidewalk, and feel the night air wrap around me. Cool and clean, crisp, like a full stop before something begins. Inside, I can see glimpses of people, wait staff gliding between tables, someone laughing behind a glass of wine, a couple leaning in close. Everyone looks like they know why they're here. Do I? A man in a dark jacket opens the door for me.
Hi.
I pause just for a breath, then I step forward. The warmth hits me in my face the moment I step through those doors. Inside, Cornerstone is everything I imagined it would be. Dark wood, soft lighting, polished floors, tables spaced out like they matter. The air smells like roasted garlic and something buttery. People are speaking in low voices, laughing softly, clinking glasses. It feels elevated. I stand just inside the entrance for a moment, scanning the room. My eyes dart from table to table, searching for him. Maybe he's already seated, waving me over, that small smirk on his face like he's been in on something all day. But I don't see him. A hostess approaches me, smiling professionally. Good evening, do you have a reservation? I nod, trying to keep my voice steady. Yes, it should be under Chris Bridges. She checks the screen in front of her, tapping lightly. A beat passes, then another. She looks up. Yes, I see it here. Table for two. He hasn't arrived yet. My stomach drops half an inch. I nod again. Okay, I'll wait. She walks me to our table. I glance around. I thank her and walk slowly in that direction, my boots soft against the tile, every nerve in my body tuned to the question suddenly hanging in the air. Where is he? 10 minutes. That's how long I've been waiting here. The water has condensation on the outside now. The candle in the center of the table flickers steady. My phone's face is still black. No messages. I try not to fidget. I glance at the entrance more times than I want to admit. Each time, someone walks in, but not him. And then, he does. Just like that, he walks through the front doors, calm and composed, like he's exactly where he's supposed to be. He's in a dark jacket, the one I like, the one that makes him look like someone who remembers your favorite wine without asking. His eyes scan the room, searching. He doesn't look rushed, doesn't look surprised, and just behind him, less than a few paces back, is Bryn. I freeze. She walks in like it's nothing, like this is just another night. She's not even looking at him. Her eyes are scanning the room too. Then she sees me. Our eyes lock for a second. And in that second, everything inside me shifts. My heart kicks hard against my ribs. My mouth goes dry. Chris is here and Bryn is here. Together. And suddenly, I realize I don't know what's happening at all. She's not talking to him, not touching him, but she's with him. I stop breathing. They walk together, side by side, like this is something they've done before, like it's normal. Chris sees me first, Bryn's eyes find mine a second later, and everything inside me tightens. They approach the table. He sits across from me, she sits beside him. No explanations, no apologies in their expressions, just presence. Then Bryn speaks, her voice soft and careful. We didn't want to do it like this. My stomach drops. Do what? I ask. She swallows. We're together. The words hit like a slap, quick, sharp, final. Chris doesn't look at me, just nods, confirming it, not hiding. We didn't mean for it to happen, Bryn says, but it did, and it kept happening. I stare at them. How long? Chris answers. A little over 4 years. Something inside me splits. And Evie? My voice is barely a whisper. She's mine, Chris says, biologically. The restaurant keeps coming around us. People drinking, talking, laughing. The world doesn't pause for moments like this. We didn't want to lie anymore, Bryn says. We wanted to tell you, together. Together. Of course. I stand. It feels like the right thing to do. Maybe I'm not sure anymore. I just know I can't sit there 1 second longer. So I leave. Not to run, not to fight, just think. That is the end of that book that I wrote. It's a short story and it sucks, I know. But I ended it like it could be continued and I might continue to work on it. And that concludes today's show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate your presence and yeah, stay booked and unbothered. I'll see you next week.